This is News 3 Now, live at 4, moving forward.
Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to Live at 4. We begin this Thursday afternoon with the forecast. There are a few alert days on the horizon.
That's right. Let's give a live look outside here. The Queen Bee Skycam showing us a very gloomy Thursday, but it's better than what we can expect tomorrow. Is that right, meteorologist Blaze Keller right now out on the patio?
Yes, you know, we're going to be watching as really one of two severe weather days begin to impact parts of southern Wisconsin Friday evening, and then that continues into Saturday. Saturday is our alert day, but we need to make sure that we're staying weather aware into your Friday too. Both days we could see some strong winds, not to mention hail, as well as that isolated tornado threat. Now the timing for Friday's severe weather is going to be later into the afternoon, but here is that look for our severe weather threat on Saturday. The reason why we put it on Saturday and not Friday is because more of southern Wisconsin underneath that yellow, that slight risk for severe weather, whereas Friday you can see a lot more of us are underneath that marginal threat, whereas only a few of our counties farther north and west underneath that slight risk. Now both days, as I mentioned, we could see the threat for not only strong winds and hail, but also that isolated tornado threat. Now that tornado threat on Friday extends as far east as parts of Dodge and Jefferson counties. So future track walking us into your Friday morning, now into the afternoon, those storms beginning as we head into that 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame, and then they're going to continue to slide their way eastward as we head into the 6, 7, 8 o'clock time frame, and then by about midnight we start to finally get a break from one of then two severe weather days. Again, we are tracking that threat into your Saturday as well. Quiet for the most part in the meantime on radar 3000, off towards Walworth County, in and around Genoa City. We have some showers and maybe a few rumbles of thunder. We're going to track out more of those severe weather threats that I just mentioned in the full forecast later on in this half hour.
All right, Blaze, thank you. One person is dead following a house fire in Mazomanie. According to the Dane County Sheriff's Office, deputies and firefighters from Black Earth and Mazomanie responded to a fire out on County Highway Y near the Black Hawk River Runs Canoe Rental Company. This was around 6:40 this morning. The Sheriff's Office said a neighbor discovered and reported the fire after power went out in the area. The Dane County Medical Examiner's Office found one person inside the home dead. A dog was also inside the home but was able to escape unharmed.
A person is in custody this afternoon following a chase that ended in a crash. According to Madison police, it started at midnight with a response to a request for help in a pursuit near Packers and Commercial Avenues. Near State and West Johnson, officers joined the pursuit as the vehicle drove against traffic. The driver drove through a construction area on West Johnson, plowing through scaffolding. They crashed the car and tried to flee the scene, but were eventually arrested.
2 people are dead after a 4-vehicle crash in Dodge County. It happened yesterday on State Highway 33 between Pierce and Town Hall Roads. Investigators say a 17-year-old driver crossed the center line and hit a pickup truck in oncoming traffic. Another car then rear-ended the truck. A 4th car was also damaged. The 84-year-old truck driver and their 79-year-old passenger died at the scene. The Sheriff's Office is still investigating.
The fate of former UW lacrosse Chancellor Joe Gau's tenured position is now in the hands of 5 of his peers.
They wrapped up day 2 of the disciplinary hearing today after Gau presented his case and called on his witness.
News 8 Now's Michael Germain was there. He joins us now live with the latest update. Michael?
Joe Gau questioned Interim Chancellor Betsy Morgan this morning on a variety of issues, but the one that stands out is the seizing of his computers. Gau used the Freedom of Information Act, or FOIA, to obtain text messages between Morgan, the general counsel, and chief of police at UWL. The text messages focus on Gau's MacBooks, iPad, and iMac. Gau claims he never deleted any files or information on the computer before sending it to UWL officials. The hearing ended with closing statements from both sides, where Gau claimed that admissions are still up and he and his wife's appearances in pornography have not affected the overall image of the university. UWL officials claims it has damaged the image and integrity of the school. Now the hearing is in closed session and the panel will decide whether or not Gau will keep his tenure as a faculty member. Reporting live in Unalaska, Michael Germain, News 3 Now.
Michael, thank you. Now to exclusive campaign 2024 coverage.
The Biden-Harris campaign confirming with News 3 Now that Senator Elizabeth Warren will be in Wisconsin next week. Senator Warren will be headlining a rally in Madison on Monday, and according to the Biden-Harris campaign, she'll be rallying Wisconsin voters behind President Joe Biden in the fight for reproductive rights. In the announcement, Senator Elizabeth Warren had this to say about the state of abortions. Voters in Wisconsin and across the country have shown that we can fight back and win. This election is too important for anyone to sit on the sidelines, and I'm in this fight all the way to re-elect Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and restore the protections of Roe nationwide. Exact details on the senator's visit will be released as the date gets closer.
Deputies with the Dane County Sheriff's Department are adopting a new body camera, and there are questions about how the cameras will work. Today, the Sheriff's Office gave us a look at the latest technology in law enforcement and how it will be used. These body cams are created by Axon. It's what Dane County Sheriffs will be wearing going forward.
We're now at the point where our deputies will begin training on them. So we've looked forward to getting body-worn cameras for a very long time. So we're really excited to get this project started and start using the Axon products.
As part of this demonstration, the Sheriff's Office also showed off new tasers that deputies will be using. The city of Madison is experiencing some growing pains as questions of when, where, and how new housing developments will take place in the future.
The problem is front and center for Madison City Council. They're considering 4 major housing developments right now, one of which is the subject of some heated debates.
Our Merrill Hubbard is here with more. Merrill?
Susan and Armand, like you said, there are 4 big proposals moving forward right now after a Tuesday night vote at City Council. The one receiving hours of debate well past midnight that meeting is a project on Old Sauk Road. The conversations around this 3-story development took up a major chunk of time on Tuesday's meeting. Some residents in the area are concerned about the size of this new property, the potential increase in traffic, and the stormwater drainage. But other people believe these concerns can be resolved in the name of new housing.
That part of Madison, just like other areas, just does not have the necessary infrastructure to support the mass amounts of rain that we are receiving.
We have some pretty good stormwater experts on staff with the city. So ultimately at the meeting, we resolved that that was an important issue, but it was going to be resolvable.
I drove down Old Sauk Road today, and it's clear that the stormwater drainage is a pressing issue. There's orange cones that are trailing almost the entire street. 3 other projects are moving forward after Tuesday's vote. They include an apartment and hotel in place of Essenhaus, a tiny village for homeless people, and a mixed-use building on unused farmland. We'll be bringing you updates on those developments in the coming days here on News 3 Now.
Merrill, thank you. Coming up next on Live at 4, we're looking forward to the weekend in the 608.
It's Friday Eve, as we say. Josh Spreiter is back with 3 things for you to do as we approach a hot and humid weekend. That's when Live at 4 returns.
Now, don't you worry. I'm going to take real good care of your windows.
You need the experts at Feldco. Let the experts at Feldco kickstart your summer with 2-for-1 windows and no interest until 2026. Plus, we'll get it done Feldco fast so you can enjoy your new windows all summer long. 2-for-1 windows won't last long. Hurry. Call now.
Call 866 for Feldco.
Looking to buy or sell? Call Tommy Van Ness Realty, First Weber's #1 team, dedicated to making your real estate dreams a reality.
At Tommy Van Ness Realty, we understand that buying or selling a home is more than just a transaction. It's about finding the perfect match for your lifestyle.
Trust Tommy Van Ness Realty for all of your real estate needs.
Why settle for less? Call Tommy Van Ness.
The feet have a really big impact on how the rest of the body moves. If the foot isn't properly aligned, that results in muscle tension and chronic pain. What I really like about the Good Feet system is the right arch supports can put the foot in its proper alignment. And when the body's aligned, we can reduce the risk of injury and chronic pain.
All month long on Buzzed Into Madison, we are celebrating our hard-working Wisconsin dairy farmers.
And next, Buzzed Into Madison is going to Larson Acres.
Right here in Evansville, Sandy and her family have an amazing story. All that and more on the next Buzzed Into Madison.
I'm Tammy Baldwin, and I approve this message.
I'm 82. 86.
90 years young. Eric Hovde thinks people like us shouldn't be able to vote.
If you're in a nursing home, you only have 5-6 month life expectancy. Almost nobody in a nursing home is in a point to vote.
Son, I've served this country. I think I can handle a ballot.
What a jerk.
Eric Hovde, I'm fully aware of whom I'm voting for, and it won't be you.
A lot of law firms claim to be experts at handling injury cases that involve large trucks. But handling one trucking case does not make you an expert on the subject. Experience matters in these cases. One local firm has handled 25 trucking cases which resulted in payments over $1 million each, and hundreds of others as well. Because Wisconsinites know who to call when it's a must-win scenario. They call Habish, Habish & Rotier. National reputation, hometown service.
Fight the bite and take back your yard. Trust your trained local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin to defend against backyard pests. Our pioneered barrier treatment is backed by our 100% satisfaction guarantee. If a mosquito or tick is peskier than the rest, we will apply another treatment. The season's short in Wisconsin. Don't let mosquitoes and ticks make it any shorter. Call your local mosquito squad of South Central Wisconsin for a free quote. In less than 30 minutes, you'll be on your way to being outside all day.
As the Pentagon faces military recruitment challenges, Congress is considering legislation that would change the selective service system.
And the new proposals are causing some controversy. One proposal would automatically register men for the draft when they turn 18. The House passed the changes, but the Senate Armed Services Committee has yet to consider the measure. The other proposal would require women to register for the draft. That measure passed the Senate Armed Services Committee, but has not made it to the full Senate for consideration or the House. The top Republican on the Senate Armed Services Committee says he strongly opposes the changes, considering it is unlikely that the draft would be reinstated anytime soon. The U.S. military has not activated a draft in more than 50 years.
Nearly half of large U.S. companies say they plan to use artificial intelligence to do work previously done by human employees. And over 80% of companies say that they have already leaned on software, equipment, or tech, including AI, to conduct employee tasks in the past year. That's according to a survey that was released today. It was conducted by Duke University and the Federal Reserve Bank of Atlanta. Experts say eventually some human jobs will be replaced, but that replacement will be by other humans using AI. Around 75 million Americans are living in a location under an excessive heat warning or advisory.
The National Weather Service says widespread daily record high temperatures are likely in many places. Natalie Brand has a look at what to expect heading into the weekend.
U.S. cities suffering through excessive heat know the impacts can be deadly. Philadelphia has declared a heat health emergency, with paramedics reporting an increase in calls.
If this is what the summer's like we're going to expect, we're going to have to really gear it up. This was a really premature heat wave that we weren't planning on.
In New Jersey, this high school delayed its graduation ceremony to the evening to keep students out of the dangerous temperatures.
I'm actually so happy about it because it was going to be like 90 degrees out at 3 p.m.
Cities like Portland, Maine, Canton, Ohio, and Wheeling, West Virginia are all expecting peak temperatures more than 10 degrees higher than normal.
We haven't had a chance to acclimate our bodies to this heat. So it's a little more dangerous because our bodies aren't ready to take on this much heat this rapidly.
Cities in the mid-Atlantic region, including Washington, D.C., are bracing for even hotter temperatures into the weekend, catching tourists like Deborah Sharp from Tennessee off guard.
What are your strategies for coping in the heat?
Oh, just stay cool, get you some shades, put your hat on.
I just been fanning myself with it, and it keeps me cool.
Got to drink lots of water, sunscreen, hat. Stay covered.
Steve Gubbins from Florida hopes lawmakers are paying attention to rising temperatures and climate change.
I hope that our elected officials will take that into consideration and do all they can to combat that.
Climate scientists say this year is poised to either match or surpass 2023 as the hottest year on record. Natalie Brand, CBS News, Washington.
And the National Weather Services says the heat wave is expected to peak in the eastern Great Lakes and New England today, and the Ohio Valley and Mid-Atlantic Friday into the weekend.
Around here, we had a little cloud cover, a little rain. That broke the heat a little bit, Blaze, but there's more on the way, right?
That is right. You know, we're going to warm up as we head into our Saturday. So in addition to now Friday, we've gone ahead and had that alert day already set for Saturday. So 2 alert days now, talking to Alex about that severe weather threat beginning tomorrow. We've gone ahead and added Friday. But with that additional heat on Saturday, more of the forecast area is underneath that slight risk, so that yellow. Whereas tomorrow, at least for now, we kind of push that back more towards, say, La Crosse, beginning to move into the Wisconsin River Valley. So most of us are underneath that marginal risk tomorrow. However, I want to highlight this. Even though the slight risk is farther back west, that isolated tornado threat extends its way back east, even into parts of Dodge and Jefferson County, nearly all of Dane County underneath that tornado threat for Friday. So make sure that you're staying with News 3 now for the latest updates. So that's why we've gone ahead and kind of issued 2 alert days now, Friday and Saturday, as a low pressure system slowly moves into the Midwest and then out as we go Saturday night into Sunday. And on moving out, it's going to bring us some relief from not only the heat that we're expecting, especially on Saturday, but this humidity as well. So Friday is going to start off on the quiet side. It's into the afternoon that we begin to get the atmosphere ready for that chance for severe weather as we go into maybe that 3, 4, 5 o'clock time frame Friday to begin. Watch as the cluster of thunderstorms moves in out of Minnesota as we go into that 5 o'clock time frame. Discrete cells out ahead of that line could pose that initial tornado threat, and then we watch as that kind of all comes together, switching over from more of that isolated tornado threat to more wind and hail as we head into that 6, 7, 8 o'clock time frame. And then beyond 8 o'clock, we're going to watch as that line of storms continues to impact us, bringing strong winds, that hail, and possibly embedded rotation within that Friday evening, wrapping up around midnight. And then we're going to do it all again as we head into your Saturday. So stay with News 3 now. We'll keep you guys updated. But it is a humid one out there, despite temperatures barely getting into those upper 70s. Those dew points are into the upper 60s to low to even mid 70s. So that's why it feels so humid outside. We're getting the atmosphere ready. We haven't really pushed out this tropical air mass yet. So 70s in Dane County and really across all of southern Wisconsin. 84 in Janesville, 80 in Platteville. There's a look at those dew points almost approaching the mid 70s, if not there. Janesville, Monroe, our dew points are in those low 70s. So it is just saturated out there. And that's providing a little bit of some moisture for some showers, maybe a rumble of thunder, but it looks like if we take it in towards Willow Springs there in parts of Lafayette County, that looks like it's just a heavier rain shower. Then we move over to Walworth County, extreme southeastern portions, beginning to see that shower earlier starting to break up there outside of Lake Geneva. So over the next 12 hours, we're going to continue to keep that isolated thunderstorm threat as we head overnight, and then we're going to keep that into your Saturday as well. Future Track Saturday as we begin to plan on out morning activity, and then we'll once again see kind of redevelopment as we head into your Saturday afternoon. So for your Friday, we're looking at partly cloudy conditions, evening severe weather threat, 80s for temperatures. Here's a look at your 7 and your 10-day forecast. Alert day Friday, Saturday. A break from that humidity Sunday. Then we warm up and become humid Monday, Tuesday, but then we're back into those mid to upper 70s as we round out next week.
Very nice. All right, Blaze, thank you. On this Thursday afternoon, we're working for the weekend in the 608.
Yep, it is almost here.
Yeah.
Josh Spider has some of the local events happening for your family this 4th weekend in June.
I have 3 things to do this weekend in the 608. The first event involves music, and you'll find it in a lot of places across the Madison Metro. Tomorrow is Make Music Madison Day. It is a free citywide day of music every June 21st. This is part of Make Music Day, a celebration occurring in more than 1,000 cities across the globe. Madison began participating in 2013 and now boasts the largest event in the country. Parks, porches, restaurants, shops, worship spaces, and more fill with music for all to enjoy. This weekend also marks Oregon Summerfest 2024. It runs Friday through Sunday at Kaiser Fireman's Park. You can expect fireworks, carnival, craft fair, softball tournament, delicious food, and the annual parade. Live entertainment includes Cherry Pie Friday night and Madison County on Saturday. News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of this event. And on Sunday in Janesville, you can experience the incredible sound of forte pianist Daniel Adam Maltz performing inside the Lincoln Tallman Museum. His expertise is in the Vietnamese sound, culture, philosophies, and performance practices of the classical era. Sunday's concert is scheduled from 1 to 3 in the afternoon. General admission tickets are $50. Members get a $10 discount, and kids ages 5 to 17 can get in for $30. Remember, we are your home for what's happening in the 608. Just go to channel3000.com/in the608 or click on the community calendar. In the 608 for Live at 4, I'm Josh Breiter, News 3 Now.
All right, stay with us because there's more to come after the break.
When we come back, we're introducing all of you early risers to the newest member of the News 3 Now morning crew. That's when Live at 4 returns.
It's coming. Predicted to be one of the hottest summers ever. And you can't enjoy anything when your house is too hot, especially when you get that big utility bill. So what do? You stop the hot air from coming in and your cool air from leaking out. With USA Premium Foam in your walls, your old hot and humid house really can be made comfortable. Call now, and when we foam your walls, we'll insulate your attic for free. Stop sweating and start saving.
USA Insulation.
I'm Megan Tim, Director of Community Health at SSM Health. You may know us as healthcare providers, but we live here too.
And as good neighbors, we know our community thrives when we take care of each other.
That's why SSM Health and News 3 Now are sharing the keys to health. Watch for our expert information and advice on air, online, and at fun local events. Join SSM Health and News 3 Now, and together, we'll unlock a healthier community by taking time for kids.
Wondering what makes Wisconsin Dells the perfect summer getaway? Let's find out. Let's splash. Let's play. Let's try something completely new. Let's make sure we do this again next year. Hey, I'm working up an appetite. Let's eat. Need a guys weekend? Let's do guy stuff. Need a girls weekend? Let's go girls. Need a family getaway? Let's have some together time. Wisconsin Dells. Let's make this the best vacation ever. Go to WISC-TV.com and start planning your trip to the water park capital of the world today.
We're looking for 200 homeowners this month interested in getting new landscape borders. Our borders are laid in one piece using a high-performance concrete mix, and we add fibers and steel cable to maximize strength and durability. Our cutting-edge materials and process ensure that your borders will not fade, discolor, or disconnect, and will look beautiful for years to come. And all of our borders are covered by our extensive lifetime warranty. Boost your curb appeal with easy-to-mow-around, long-lasting, beautiful landscape borders. Visit the website or call the number for your new borders today.
Hi, I'm Steve Lindenau, owner of Crazy Lenny's e-bikes. We are the e-bike experts. We've been doing this for well over a decade, and we'll use that expertise to get you into the right e-bike. We have the right bike here for everyone, and our knowledgeable staff will help select the right bike for you. So if you're looking for an e-bike, give us a call or stop on by, because nobody e-bikes like we bikes.
We're welcoming a new member to the News 3 Now family. If you're an early bird and a regular viewer of our morning show, you'll be seeing this lovely lady, Michelle Renee Quinn, reporting and fill-in anchoring. Her first day on the air is tomorrow morning. Michelle Renee, welcome.
Thank you. I'm happy to be here.
We're so happy to have you in Madison. Tell everybody a little bit about yourself. Where are you from?
I grew up in Chicago Ridge, Illinois. I went to Richards High School, which is actually in Oak Lawn. And then I went to college at Augustana College in Rock Island, Illinois, and just graduated from the University of Missouri School of Journalism.
Yeah, with a master's degree.
Yes.
So your credentials in journalism are very impressive.
Thank you.
What made you want to come to Madison?
I wanted to stay close to home, close to my family, and I know eventually I think my brother's going to end up in Wisconsin, so I want to stay close to family. And my grandpa, He's actually a Wisconsinite. He's from Richland Center.
Oh, that's fantastic. So you have connections to the area.
Yes, I've traveled to the shoebox and gotten curd on road trips.
That's your Wisconsin initiation. First step. So what kinds of things are you looking forward to about being in our community?
I'm honestly looking forward to being a part of the community. This is like the first big move where I'm not in school. I'm not held to any responsibilities except for work. So I get to go out. I can hammock. I can go to the farmer's market. I can spend time on the lakes. I love kayaking, so I'm really excited to get out there. And yeah, I'm just excited to experience everything Madison has to offer.
Now, have you ever been on a morning show schedule before?
On Wednesdays. So I actually started and ended my journalism master's education as a morning reporter and then a morning producer for Wednesdays.
One day. So now it's going to be 5 days.
Yes, I'm excited to have an actual schedule because the 1 day a week just turns your week around. It's crazy.
Are you an early bird? Are you a morning person?
I'm actually not, but I'm becoming one. I am.
Okay.
There you go.
No, you're joining one of the best teams in the business on the morning show. They're so much fun. You're going to be filling in for Shane Hogan. Shane Hogan's last day was today.
You know, he's got big shoes to fill.
Yeah.
But I got big feet, so it's okay.
What kinds of reports are you looking forward to doing? Do you like to do specific kinds of things or just anything?
So my main focus is kind of solution-based journalism. I like to be in the community knowing what's going on, what's happening, and how can we get that out there, how can we fix it, that kind of thing. So I'm really looking forward to finding that community unity beat, looking for the fun stories, the good stories, and telling the positive aspect, of course, with everything going on. So might as well have some good news too.
That's wonderful. And if you have story ideas, make sure you reach out to Michelle Renee because she'll be looking for your feedback and ideas. You mentioned kayaking. You're going to love being here with the lakes. What other kinds of things do you like to do outside of work?
I'm actually a scrapbooker. Have you ever heard of smash booking?
No.
Okay.
I like scrapbooking, though.
You do?
Yeah.
Okay, we need a scrapbook sometime.
Yeah.
But I started smash booking in high school, and so it's like 3D scrapbooking.
Oh, wow.
So you can lift the pages up, you can turn them, and the paper already comes in it, but you just fold the paper and cut the paper how you want so that you can be interactive with your books. So one page might have like 60 photos because everything's turning and folding, and you could do it like an accordion. It's very fun. I'll bring it in sometime.
That sounds... Oh, I wish I'd known that. I would have had you bring it in. But
I should have.
We'll take a picture today, and it'll be your first picture in your new smash book.
There we go.
Of your News 3 career.
Yes.
Welcome aboard.
Thank you.
We're so excited to have you. You're going to love living here. Tomorrow morning, bright and early, Michelle Renee will be reporting, so don't make sure you tune in and wish her well on her first day in Madison.
Thanks so much.
Go get him, girl. We'll be right back.
It's time for the Madison Parade of Homes, exclusively sponsored by Nuns. Don't miss your chance to tour 32 newly constructed homes filled with the newest trends and products. Go to MadisonParadeOfHomes.com and purchase your tickets today.
To everyone making time for life's best moments, let us celebrate with you.
In Wisconsin, we love celebrating together.
Big days or any other day.
So much.
From hot and juicy to ooey gooey
to oh my word.
Oh my word. Serving you a handcrafted meal that makes
today a little bit more special. That's what fills us up inside.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
Yeah.
Salonpas Lidocaine Flex, a super thin, flexible patch with maximum OTC strength lidocaine that contours to the body to relieve pain right where it hurts. And did we mention it really, really sticks? Salonpas, it's good medicine.
Having a softball team come to Madison is very empowering. It's not just about the Mallards.
It feels more inclusive because we're always just watching men's sports.
We are strong. We are brave.
We are empowered.
We are excited.
Chevy Truck's advanced camera technology lets you see over, under, through,
Up to 8 available cameras and 14 views, so you can focus on the view that really matters. Don't miss a thing. Chevy's got you. Get 1.9% financing on this 2024 Silverado when you finance with GM Financial. Or get $5,750 total value on this Silverado when you trade in an eligible vehicle. Chevrolet, the #1 selling brand in Wisconsin.
Hi, I'm Fiona Rataj with the League of Women Voters of Dane County. Here are 3 things to know. Make sure you are registered to vote at your current address. You can check or register at myvote.wi.gov. If you do not have a Wisconsin driver's license or state ID, you can register to vote with your municipal clerk by completing the registration form on MyVote. Absentee ballots must be requested.
3 things to know, part of News 3 Now's 3 Cares Community Impact. News 3 Now First Warn Weather is brought to you by Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor.
Discover a shopping and design experience as comfortable as the furniture. Lazy Boy Home Furnishings and Decor. Schedule your free design consultation today.
You're watching News 3 Now, voted Station of the Year 2023 by the Wisconsin Broadcasters Association.
Look at that. People's had a break in the rainy weather to get outside, toss the disc around over, it looks like Oliver Park. Very nice day to do that, but there's an alert day coming for Friday and Saturday. Let's go to Meteorologist Blaze Keller for that. Blaze?
Yes, that's right. We've gone ahead and put Friday in an alert day as a low pressure system looks to kind of begin to move into parts of the Midwest Friday and then out of the picture throughout Saturday. So we've got 2 days for potentially not only strong winds, but hail as well as an isolated tornado threat as well. Here's a look at our Saturday threat. A lot of us in that yellow, that slight risk. Now Friday, there's the marginal and slight risk, but less of us are underneath that yellow. However, that isolated tornado threat actually extends its way well into parts of central Wisconsin, including parts of Dane County, even into parts of Dodge and Jefferson County. So a lot of us are going to be underneath that threat, maybe for an isolated tornado, even as we head into your Friday afternoon. I would say starting from as early as 2 to 3 Friday afternoon through about midnight, we're going to be dealing with showers and thunderstorms. And initially, as those storms, as you're seeing on Future Track, kind of get going there, that's when they're going to be probably their most tornadic supercells really like to be by themselves. And then once we start to see that line develop, we're going to move over to more of a wind and hail threat as we head into the evening and overnight hours going into Saturday. So make sure you're staying with News 3 Now. We will, of course, keep you updated. In the meantime, it's hot and humid. There's a few showers trying to get going there in Grant County. We saw one kind of pop up and then fizzle out in parts of Lafayette County as well. But again, we're going to be tracking out Saturday's storms and talk about some relief from not only the heat, but humidity in the full forecast.
We're looking forward to that. Thank you, Blaze. Here in southern Wisconsin, we got a little bit of a break from the heat today, but it will return, as Blaze was just explaining. So when it does, health experts want you to consider this. The CDC says people who take antidepressants are at a higher risk of heat exhaustion or stroke. Those kinds of medicines can impact sweating and cooling. The CDC recommends taking more precautions on hot days if you're on SSRIs. A full list of medications that increase risk of harm in hot weather is on the CDC's website. We'll get a link on Channel 3000.
The heat can also affect electrical vehicles. One report shows electric vehicles can lose between 15 to 31% of their drivable range when the temperature soars to 95 degrees or higher. EV owners can take steps to make sure their car performs better in the heat. Don't let your charge drop below during times of extreme heat. Try parking in the shade or a garage. And remember, the sun can make your car hotter than the actual temperature that it is outside.
Well, 4th of July travel, can't believe we're talking about that already, but it's almost here, and travel is expected to be the busiest ever for the holiday. AAA is predicting nearly 71 million of us will travel 50 miles or more. That's up 5% from last year.
Chris Van Cleve shows us more from the busy John Wayne Airport in California.
Flying out of Washington Dulles Airport, Joanne Weaver is starting a trip expected to be very popular this 4th of July, an Alaskan cruise.
The weather is supposed to be a little better in Alaska now, and the mosquitoes aren't quite as big yet.
AAA predicts nearly 7% more Americans will fly somewhere for Independence Day. Since just May 17th, TSA has seen 7 of its busiest days ever. Shannon Lynn and family are heading to Greece this week to miss that rush.
We're hoping that
us going at this time. There'll be less crowds. We'll be able to enjoy our time together better.
Most of the nearly 70.9 million expected to travel 50 miles or more will drive. And they'll find gas prices about 13 cents cheaper than a year ago.
The numbers just keep going up, and we keep setting these new records, and we sound like a broken record, but that's because the records are being set year after year.
Is the new norm just going to be every summer's a record-breaking summer for travel?
You would think the bubble's going to burst at some point, but we haven't seen any indication of that happening yet.
Despite surging demand to fly, airfare tracker Hopper is still seeing last-minute travel deals to places like Myrtle Beach, Charleston, even Copenhagen and Stockholm for under $600.
If you're looking to get the lowest airfare, departing on the 4th of July and coming back on Tuesday or Wednesday of the week following is guaranteed to get you the lowest price. You'll save over $100 per ticket on domestic routes.
Experts say flexibility is key when you're looking for those last-minute deals. July 4th really marks the beginning of the peak of summer travel. TSA says any day now they could screen more than 3 million people at checkpoints in one 24-hour period. That would be a new record. Busiest time on the road expected to be the day before the 4th of July and the Sunday after. Chris Van Cleve, CBS News, Santa Ana, California.
And the stock market closed today with mixed results. The Dow Jones rose nearly 300 points, but the NASDAQ and S&P are down. The NASDAQ fell 140 points and the S&P down 13. Well, coming up next here on Live at 4, we're looking ahead to the launch of our community baby shower.
We'll hear from our partner on how you can best help new parents in our community when Live at 4 returns.
Imagine having a Medicare Advantage plan that can help cover costs for dental services or even groceries. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is offering special benefits called Essential Extras, available for Medicare Advantage plan members. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible to enroll today. Unsure if you're eligible? Our licensed insurance agents can help. Just call the number on your screen today. Medicare Advantage plans cover everything in original Medicare Parts A and B while offering coverage for additional benefits. With Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans, you could get no-cost essential extras you might not expect. These plans may include allowances for dental, vision, hearing, assistive devices, or even money for healthy groceries. That's not all, though. You could also get an allowance to help pay for utility costs like gas, electric, water, or sewer. It can even be used towards internet and cellular providers. Explore 2024 Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras in your zip code by calling today. If you're new to Medicare, have Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible. Essential extras could even include transportation to plan-approved destinations. But you won't get a plan with additional benefits automatically. You have to call to see if you're eligible to enroll. Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield is proud to offer these special no-cost Medicare Advantage plan benefits that help provide comfort and convenience to make everyday life easier. Don't miss out. Call Anthem Blue Cross Blue Shield today to explore 2024 Medicare Advantage plans with essential extras. If you're new to Medicare, on Medicaid, or recently moved, you could be eligible.
Call 800-694-1143. 800-694-1143. That's 800-694-1143.
At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find bicycle store quality electric e-bikes from Trek, Electra, Felt, Giant, and more. Trek offers the best-selling e-bike in America, Trek Verve Plus, under $2,500. At Machinery Row Bicycles, you'll find fat e-bikes, mountain e-bikes, road e-bikes, bike path e-bikes, and more. Free services included. The place to shop for your new e-bike is Machinery Row Bicycles, the most beautiful bicycle store in the world.
New at 5, Madison's growing pains take center stage at the city council meeting. We examine the 4 big housing projects that sparked a heated debate between residents.
We're ending the work week with 2 chances for severe weather. The first on Friday, the second on Saturday. That's our alert day. We're going to break down the threats and timing in your forecast at 5.
And ahead at 6, we have a reality check. Will Keneally drills into the latest U.S. Senate campaign ads, analyzing the accuracy of their claims. That's tonight at 6.
Well, we're looking ahead to next week and the launch of our community baby shower in partnership with Babies and Beyond.
And the goal is to help new parents navigate the expenses that come with having a little one. Leah Linscheid is live at the nonprofit's headquarters with how you can get involved.
News 3 Now is a proud sponsor of the Community Baby Shower. This is something that we put on about 4 times a year in partnership with Babies and Beyond. We're here on the east side at their headquarters off Stoughton Road, talking about just what kind of an impact they make. Now, behind me, you can see all of these diapers. Look at this. This is rows and rows and rows, hundreds. This nonprofit goes through this many diapers in a single week. That's where you come in. You can help make sure that new moms in our backyard, in our community, get the support they need by supporting Babies and Beyond, not just with diapers, but all sorts of supplies that these new families need. Joining me this morning is Executive Director Brenda Collins. Thank you so much for talking with us.
Yeah, thanks for being here.
So we start our baby shower next Monday. We're talking about some of the items that you folks are in desperate need of. I can't help but notice a lot of empty space behind you. What are we looking for?
Yeah, so particularly gently used items, girls' clothing, we tend to go through really fast. We don't get as many donations of those items for whatever reason. So we're in particular need of summer girls' clothing.
There are a couple of different ways you can donate. You can drop it off here. Did you say you also had an Amazon wish list?
Yes, we do have an Amazon wish list, so it's really nice and easy to just hop online and donate from your house.
And let's talk a little bit about the need itself. Why we're, launching this come Monday. You are hearing from parents that they need more than ever. How many babies do you serve in a month these days?
So last month we had the highest number that we've served ever. So we served 1,250 babies and children in just 1 month.
And sometimes these families need to choose between 2 really necessary items. Tell me a little bit about that.
Yeah, so we're hearing from families that they're having to choose between putting food on their table, buying groceries, or buying diapers. And no family should ever have to choose between those essential items. They need both for their children, both for their family. Those are basic necessities that they need. So they shouldn't ever have to choose between those. So we're here to help fill in the gap and provide access to those necessities.
Brenda, thank you so much for letting us be a partner in this community baby shower. You're going to be hearing a lot from Brenda over the next couple of days as we launch our initiative. Stay tuned for more information. Always check channel3000.com to see how you can help. For now, I'm Leah Linscheid.
Thank you, ladies. We'll have live reports all next week here on News 3. We'll tell you how you can help new parents through our community baby shower. Those little ones cost a lot.
Definitely, yeah. Diapers and more can be
Yes.
expensive. Well, coming up next on Live at 4, the Surgeon General is calling for warning labels on social media sites.
We're sitting down with an expert to talk about the effects of screen time on your kids. That's when Live at 4 continues.
Madison, it's time to get excited because coming up later this summer, it is the Midwest Financial Group's Madison Mini Marathon. Also, thanks for the hat.
Absolutely.
I love talking about and wearing your branded hat. I love it. Mr. Matt Coughlin is with us because we are talking all things race day events for the Madison Mini. It's been voted the number one.
Ongoing, yep.
That's awesome. And I know you're excited to be a sponsor. It's important to you.
Yeah, it is important to us. It gets us involved in the community. I mean, we believe in, the effort that you have to put in to do things like this, just like you have to put effort into creating a financial plan, helping people in that way. There's a lot of correlation that way.
So when you think about training for a race, you don't just get off the couch, much like you don't just retire without a plan. Bring those two together for us.
Yeah, if you were to try to just get up and run a marathon, maybe it could happen, but it would probably be rare. So you need to put in the time to think about, training 1 week, 1 month, 1 year out potentially, and then be able to stick to that plan and see it through. Retirement, clearly, you hear us talk about it all the time. It's the same concept. You need a plan. You got to stick to it, and the earlier that you can start that plan, the better.
Absolutely. This is a great event to be a part of. You've done it. You've been a part of this for a few years now, but this is not just a race. I mean, you're going to get to see and experience some awesome things.
Amazing communities. There's a celebration. I mean, bring family, bring friends. It's going to be a good time. soft drinks, live music. It's gonna be great.
Sign up today for the Madison Mini coming up later this summer. And really just get a plan in place, whether it's this race or your life, and you can do that with Matt and his team at Midwest Financial Group. They're gonna get you going in the direction you wanna be, right?
Absolutely.
All right, I'm Emmy Fink, he's Matt Coupland, and...
You're buzzed into Madison.
With Sweeto Metal Roofing, you get quality metal roofs installed by the best in the business. A metal roof means no fading, no storm repairs, true sustainability, and lower energy bills.
Sweeto Metal Roofing, the last roof you'll ever need.
Introducing Badgerscape Design and Landscape, your trusted full-service landscape company in the greater Madison area. We offer expert design, installation, and maintenance services. Visit badgerscapedesign.landscape.com to schedule a consultation today.
In the courtroom, we see Donald Trump for who he is. He's been convicted of 34 felonies, found liable for sexual assault, and he committed financial fraud. Meanwhile, Joe Biden's been working, lowering health care costs and making big corporations pay their fair share. This election is between a convicted criminal who's only out for himself and a president who's fighting for your family.
I'm Joe Biden, and I approve this message.
You may have seen this story that made big news this week. Dr. Vivek Murthy, the U.S. Surgeon General, has zeroed in on what he's called the youth mental health crisis in the U.S.
And this week, he published an op-ed in the New York Times calling for warning labels on social media sites similar to the ones we see on alcohol and cigarettes.
So how can parents help their kids cut back on screen time this summer? Heather Krikorian is a professor of human development and family studies at UW-Madison. Heather, nice to see you.
Yeah, nice
Thanks for being here. So what was your reaction to the Surgeon General's urgent warning about this?
Yeah, on the one hand, I understand where it's coming from. I've heard the same anecdotes and seen the same research. And I also wonder if this is the most helpful thing for parents right now.
But you're not sure that the analogy to labels on cigarettes is the same thing. Why not?
Yeah, well, I think the research isn't as clear-cut, so it's not as clear what's causing what, if social media use is causing mental health crisis. And it's also not clear that we'd be taking away risks more than benefits for kids. So it's hard to argue there are really good benefits we're taking away when we discourage cigarette smoking. But with social media, there are real benefits, too.
But it's still, I mean, it can be so harmful. I mean, the data says, what, more than 3 hours a day on social media doubles your risk of anxiety and depression. So what are some things that parents can do to, I guess, monitor or mitigate that?
Yeah, I think one of the limitations of the research is we don't know if it's actually causing those outcomes or if it's associated with. So we tend to go on social media when we're feeling lonely and isolated and looking for connection. So it's hard to know what's causing what. That said, parents can definitely do things like learn more about the devices and platforms their kids are using and have open and non-judgmental conversations with their kids about how social media use makes them feel.
A lot of parents didn't grow up with social media, so that's a good point, that parents need to familiarize themselves first. But it strikes me that the whole burden of this seems to be on parents. What do you think is an appropriate age to give your child a cell phone? That's a hard question to answer.
It is, and sometimes I cop out by saying as late as possible, which I realize is a cop out. But one of the things, I find a hard and fast age rule to be unhelpful because so much of it is individual. So I tend to focus on things like, does your child self-regulate well? When you say it's time to turn the TV off, can they do that and not have a tantrum or that kind of thing? And if so, they might be ready. If not, we might want to work on those self-regulation skills sooner. Similar for social interactions at school. Do they generally have positive relationships, and can they maintain positive relationships and avoid more harmful interactions with kids? If so, they might be ready. If not, they might need some coaching in those skills before they're ready.
You may have heard about the Wait Until 8 campaign, which refers to 8th grade. Wait until at least 8th grade. Does your research seem to suggest it's better to wait until after middle school or longer?
I think it's okay to recommend that. I don't think there's any harm in that. I think some parents are concerned about wanting to stay in contact with their kids. We don't have public payphones the way we did when I was a kid, so they want to stay in contact. So I think there are ways parents can have those benefits without some of the risks, whether that means a stripped down phone that doesn't have app features and internet access, or if that means adding some apps that help regulate what kids can do and when.
And obviously, you know, it seems like it's something that's kind of individual to your kids and your parents in that conversation. The larger conversation, Congress would have to approve putting a warning label on social media. Do you think that's likely to happen?
Based on the conversations over the last few years, it's hard to imagine because it's a First Amendment rights issue for some, and that's a difficult battle to win.
It's a fascinating field of research. Continue to come back and talk to us about some of the things that you're learning, because this is an ever-evolving story for all of our kids. Great to see you, Heather. Have a good summer. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
All right, Blaze Keller right now going to look at severe weather that could be on the way here in a few days.
That's right. Starting tomorrow through Saturday, we have 2 alert days for that severe weather. All of southern Wisconsin for not only strong winds and large hail, but also that threat for an isolated tornado as well. Saturday's threat is more encompassing in terms of who's underneath that yellow, that slight risk. Not as many of us underneath that green, that marginal, as opposed to Friday. So tomorrow you can see a lot more of that slight risk is kind of off towards northwestern portions of our coverage area, just reaching the edge of the Wisconsin River. However, that isolated tornado threat extends as far east as parts of Dodge as well as Jefferson counties. So you need to make sure that you're staying with News 3 now, whether it's on air, online, or through your mobile devices. You can download our weather and news app to get the latest when it comes to watches, warnings, and track out these storms with our interactive radars. So let's jump ahead to your Friday. We're going to wake up on the quiet side. Storms dying from overnight across northern parts of our coverage area. By the afternoon, we get the atmosphere primed for that Friday chance for severe weather. Initially with some of these more discrete cells, that's when we're going to be watching, I would say, for the greatest tornado threat. But even when these storms come together and we see that tornado threat kind of become more of a wind and hail threat, there could be still some embedded rotation. We do typically see that. So we're going to be watching as we go throughout not only your afternoon, but evening and through at least the 10, maybe even 11 o'clock time frame for that severe weather threat to end your work week, and then we'll do it again on Saturday. In the meantime, though, 70s across not only Dane County, but across a lot of southern Wisconsin. 80s, Janesville, Monroe, into Dubuque. It is hot and it is humid. Our dew points are into those 60s, if not the 70s, which is allowing for some of these kind of pop-up showers to essentially pop up across southern Wisconsin. Outside of Lancaster, between us and Potosi, a little bit of a heavier shower right now. We just scoot over just a little bit over to the Iowa-Lafayette County border there. Still seeing a little shower trying to maintain itself, but otherwise we'll keep this threat for maybe a shower or thunderstorm through at least the early evening, and then we quiet out overnight and welcome in some fog with temperatures in the 60s, if not the upper 60s to low 70s. Planning out your Friday, again, that chance for showers and thunderstorms pretty much throughout the day, but especially into the mid to late afternoon. That's when you need to stay weather aware, as typically during this time of year, that's when we really see that severe weather. Now, we had the News 3 Now bunnies, my children. Now we've got new babies. We've got a couple of baby wrens in one of our bird boxes. I just wanted to make sure that they were doing okay in the heat and humidity. Scan that QR code. We appreciate all weather, and I appreciate the animal photos. All right, we got 2 alert days, Friday and Saturday. We get a break from the heat and humidity to end your weekend. Then we're right back in those mid-80s to kick off next week.
Get an 11% rebate on your bathroom remodel. Menards carries a wide variety of Delta tubs and showers sure to fit your lifestyle. They're designed with durability in mind. This low-maintenance high-crop shower is on sale for $599.99 after rebate. Finish your bathroom upgrade with a new Delta faucet. The convenience of the Lampard pull-down faucet makes cleanup easy. Plus, its elegant design is sure to impress. Now $149.96 after 11% rebate.
Save big money at Menards.
We're looking for 200 homeowners this month interested in getting new landscape borders. Our cutting-edge materials and installation process ensures that your borders will not fade, discolor, or disconnect and will look beautiful for years to come. All covered by our extensive lifetime warranty. Visit the website or call the number for your new borders today.
tracking the chance for severe weather as we look to end your work week tonight at 5.
And witness the future of law enforcement technology. We unveil the latest innovations at the Dane County Sheriff's Office. That's next at 5.
The nation's top call for action team is going strong at News 3 Now, with more than 160 cases closed and over $444,000 recovered. If you need help moving forward, call for action only on News 3 Now.
Well, take a look at this. It pays to make friends. Just ask this raccoon. When a trio of friends gathered for their normal Friday night campfire, they didn't expect to befriend a claw-footed critter they called Rocket. But a few minutes later, the little guy was doing what trash pandas do best, roaming the garbage, and had gotten in trouble, started choking on some cheese. But the gathered friends leapt into action, giving the animal a rub on the back to dislodge that cheese. Rocket hasn't been seen since, but the group hopes he'll turn their Friday night trio into a quartet. We'll be right back.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
Shop from the largest selection of Chevy trucks and SUVs in Wisconsin at Bergstrom Chevrolet. All with Bergstrom's negotiation-free upfront pricing, including our exclusive 7-day price protection and money-back guarantees. Stop in or shop and purchase at BergstromChevrolet.com.
This famous wood fence from the show Home Improvement had to have boards replaced 13 times in only 9 years. Our fences outlast wood 3 to 1 and are all backed by our extensive lifetime warranty. This month, save $1,000 on your project. Visit the website or call the number for your new fence today.
If your windows are leaky and drafty, it's possible they weren't installed properly. Many installers lack proper training, and shoddy installation leaves your home vulnerable to extreme weather. At Next Door & Window, we're reinventing window installation. Our approach ensures your windows are sealed tight and energy efficient. And your windows and doors will be installed by certified experts who treat your home as if it was their own. When you demand tomorrow's comfort, Next delivers. Visit nextwindow.com to learn more.
I'm so happy. I just put this dress on that I haven't worn in over 10 years.
This summer, feel confident from head to toe with Sonobello Permanent Fat Removal and get summer body ready in just one visit.
I saw the results immediately. It's the best I have felt since I was in my 20s.
My waist is tiny. I'm very, very happy.
I'm nearly 50, y'all, and my abs haven't been this flat since before I had kids.
For a limited time, take advantage of Sonobello's biggest sale of the year. Sonobello's board-certified surgeons use micro-laser technology to safely target and remove your diet-resistant fat cells for good on your stomach, hips and thighs, back, and so much more.
It will change your life. It did for me.
I can't wait till the summertime hit. Hot Mom Summer, here I come.
Call 1-800-905-6520 now or go to sonobello.com to claim special pricing.
Welcome to Oakmont Senior Community in Verona. Active seniors 55 plus will enjoy our new luxury apartments, professionally managed by award-winning Attic Angel Community. Call Demery today for a tour and reserve your place at Oakmont.
That'll do it for us today on Live at 4. Armand's in the newsroom with what to expect in our coverage moving forward. Armand?
Tomorrow on Live at 4, Will Loper returns with a look at everything you need to stream this weekend. And next at 5, severe weather growing more and more common. But are you prepared to deal with a disaster? We'll show you the best ways to be ready when disaster strikes next. Thanks for watching Live at 4. We hope to see you right back here tomorrow. News Now at 5 starts right now.